those. Wow. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Ken and I'm on a journey to lose as much weight as I possibly can so I can become a fat guy no more. Well, you know, something happened last week that I'm pretty sure you're all aware of, and that is the total solar eclipse. You know, ever since I can remember, honestly, I have been not only a weather nerd, but I've also been an astronomy nerd. I remember doing drawings of planets like Jupiter and Saturn, you know, after looking through the telescope, the terrible telescope I had as a kid, but I could still see them enough to do some drawings to get extra credit when I was in school. So I would do that, and you know, I just always have been fascinated with anything that has to do with astronomy. A few years back, I went and camped out at Joshua Tree National Park during the Pyramids. I think that's how it's pronounced. That was amazing. There was a couple that I swear to you looked like a Volkswagen bug being hurled towards us, and just this huge ball of fire. It was spectacular. Such a great place to be anyways. If you've not been to Joshua Tree National Park, you got to check it out. It's absolutely beautiful. But during a new moon, when it's just pitch black and you can barely see in front of your face, and then you've got a meteor shower like that, man, it's spectacular. So we did have, what do they call it, the annular eclipse back in October here. I was able to get a few pictures of it. I sat out on my back patio and took some pictures with the lens that I had at the time. It ended up needing to be sent back, and I just haven't bought a new one. Plus, I knew for this one I didn't really want to spend a whole lot of time staring up at it through a lens. I wanted to take it in. This one was going to be different, at least for me, because I've never experienced a total solar eclipse before. We had the one back in 2017, and I could have driven down to, you know, around Eugene, Oregon. I was living just outside of Seattle at the time. I could have made the drive, but I was hearing the horrible nightmare stories about what the traffic was going to be like, and I'm like, I am not taking off work to get stuck in that traffic. Just not happening. So I didn't do it. So we didn't get to see much from just outside of Seattle, actually a town called Issaquah. Shout out to everybody back home. But it was still it was just awesome. So when we had the chance for this one, and let me back up a little bit. The original plan, since, you know, I was living just outside of Seattle, was that I was going to go see some friends in the Detroit area and do that. But I ended up doing that trip last year. And as it turned out, if that had been this year, or the eclipse would have lined up with last year, I would have been at a ball game in Cleveland, seeing the Guardians and Mariners. But as it turns out, we were living here in Oklahoma City, so we drove over to a town called Russellville in Arkansas. Now, I've driven through Russellville. I'm going to be honest, I couldn't have told you that. I mean, it's right on the I-40. So driving over to like Nashville, you go right through it. But I didn't know the name of this little town until I started looking at a map of the path of totality, and I spotted the name Russellville. And I'm like, hey, look at that. It's about that close to the center of the path of totality. And so I'm like, that sounds good. So I started doing a little bit of research. And, well, you know, evidently, a lot of people like to call Russellville the center of the eclipse, because it was supposed to have, and it did end up having, at least one person from all 50 states that came to Russellville. Not quite sure how they tracked that. Somebody told me they had a map and had people put pins on it at the main festival location. That's kind of cool. But it was, it ended up going to be a nightmare potentially with traffic. As it turned out for us, it wasn't too bad. What I had done prior to the eclipse was doing my research. I had actually about a year ago started putting out hotel reservations spread out from Texas to Arkansas up into Missouri, trying to find a place that we could end up driving the next day for a few hours if we needed to, and then come back and stay the night there as well. As the time got near, it was pretty obvious that Texas really wasn't going to be an option, even though that's where I wanted to go. I've made that drive from here to Dallas several times. And with that, it gave us the option to go a little east, or we could even cut down further south, like towards Waco or even further if we needed to, depending upon what the weather was like. But it looked, as the time got near, that they were going to be clouded out. As it turned out, the clouds ended up parting. And there were some amazing photos from places like Globe Life Field, where I spent a lot of time last summer watching the Rangers. But I'm glad overall we didn't go that way, because it was pretty cloudy most of the day, and I would have hated to have stressed out getting the chance, as it turns out, probably my last one, because the next one will be, what is it, 2045 or something. I'm going to be 2044, and I'll be like 72. Who knows if I'm going to want to travel to something like that. Hell, who knows if I'll even be around. But with that said, Arkansas ended up being our pick, and we drove to Fort Smith and went over to Russellville to enjoy it. And I put a little video together of it, so I'm going to show that to you here. This is actually for my personal page, just a little thing that I put together for my wife and I to share with some friends. And since we're friends, I thought I would share that with you too. So here is the video of our trip, and I'll be back at the end to share just a few more thoughts. All right, so it's time to go. We're packed up in the car. I got the dogs with me. We got Boomer right here. We got Piper and Lizzie all the way over there. They haven't been on a road trip in a couple years, but today we are taking off. Oh yeah, and I got the wife with me over here. She'll lean in and say hi.
Hello.
And so today we're going to take off and drive from Oklahoma City over to Arkansas, because tomorrow, you may have heard of it, is the eclipse. Yeah, the eclipse is tomorrow, so we're going to go stay tonight. And yeah, I can't see a damn thing with those things on. We're going to stay tonight in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and then get up tomorrow and head over towards the Russellville, maybe Adkins area. It's about an hour or so, depending upon traffic, and they say traffic might be nasty. So about an hour or so east of Fort Smith, and so far the weather is looking fairly good. So maybe a few high clouds, then again, maybe not even them. So hopefully it'll be good viewing area. I've packed up the cameras. I'm ready to go. So it's time to hit the road. Pups, you ready for a road trip? Yeah, I don't know that Boomer really is. Look at him there. Miss her. Whiz a whiz. All right, let's go. Our first stop of the day was about an hour or so east of Oklahoma City, right here. Anytime I'm through here, and it's been a couple years, but anytime that I come through here, I have to stop at this Stuckey's. There's not too many Stuckey's left around the country anymore. They used to look more like this, but maybe a little blue when I was growing up, if I remember right, but that general shape is the same. Just a lot of good memories of being a kid, so I always have to stop at a Stuckey's. Welcome to Arkansas. All right, so we're checked into our hotel here in Fort Smith. The pups are already sacking out. We got one on the floor over there. So yeah. Just gonna chill here for the evening. I'm gonna go find something for dinner. Not too many options around. I think I found a decent looking little salad at Texas Roadhouse. Here comes the wife coming back in. Yeah, until tomorrow morning. Then we'll head over towards Russellville. And but for the rest of the evening, we're just gonna take it easy. Gonna chill like him over here. So I did end up getting me that salad from Texas Roadhouse. It's got a little piece of salmon on here. Shared quite a bit of that with the pups, honestly. You can just see the oil on it. But not a bad little salad. Give me a little something to have. And I think someone's hungry. All right, so it is eclipse morning. We are headed over towards Russellville. We're currently in Fort Smith, Arkansas. We're going to head towards Russellville, maybe a little further to a little town called Adkins. It is just that much closer to the center of the path of totality. They say it's shifted a little bit, so I'm going to try to get us as close as we can. Maybe we'll see what traffic's like over there, but first we got to get some gas because that's going to be important, especially if the nasty traffic after this thing happens, like everybody's been saying. So let's go do this. Well, it didn't take long to hit some congestion. Looks like this other lane's moving okay, but up ahead, slowing down. To be expected. About an hour to go. All right, so we've made it to the Lowe's parking lot here in Russellville, Arkansas. This puts us in the path of totality. About 4 minutes and 13 seconds, I think it said. We are just a couple minutes away here from first contact. Let me put up a video here. This is the countdown for it. The drive-in wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be or thought it might be. We did hit some traffic that I showed you there. But come to find out, that was simply because, or at least it appears it was because of a police officer sitting there, and there was many police officers sitting along the route I-40 on the way in from Fort Smith. But that one, for whatever reason, is the one that seems to have stopped most everybody. And once we literally almost got to him, and just as we passed it, it completely opened up. But from there on in, it's doing at least 75, which is the speed limit, sometimes as high as 80, going with the flow. So it was pretty smooth. So we got a spot here in the Lowe's parking lot. It's just back that way, and the sun is up that way, and we should be making first contact here any moment. So we got roughly an hour until totality, so I'm going to walk around a little bit and check out everybody else's cameras and their tripods and their telescopes and everything that they seem to bring down, just to see what it looks like. I think a big part of the fun I had was getting to meet people from all over the place and finding out what brought them to this Lowe's parking lot of all places that day.
Hi. Hello. This is a 7-inch refractor. Are you guys wanting to take a look up just like it's supposed to be?
Okay.
So you don't need glasses for it.
Okay.
You can just use your eyeballs. Oh, yeah.
And then set up the telescope without
Oh, my God. No way! Yeah! Look, Aaron, it's so pretty!
Getting to see all the different telescopes was cool. I really like this one because it was projected out on there, so you could actually see the eclipse as it progressed. All right, so we're about 25 minutes, just under 25 minutes away from the beginning of totality. Man, you could really tell the difference. I was just talking with my wife. She's right over here. And she was telling me how things just seem to look different to her. And I think she's right. It's kind of got a, I don't know, it's not really getting dark per se. It's got like kind of a different tint of color. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. So let me turn around here and show. This is our current view. The sun is up there. Don't want to show it too much, obviously, but there it is right there. Of course, you can't see the eclipse portion of it because, I don't have a filter on this. But again, about 25 minutes away, less than that now, obviously. So we're getting there pretty quick. All right, so we're about 15 minutes now from totality, and it is noticeably cooler. Absolutely cooler. The wind especially is much cooler at this point, which is just one of those signs that you've got a total eclipse coming, and you can really feel it. I mean, it's definitely getting darker. I don't know how well that plays on the video, but you can definitely feel the temperature difference as we get closer to totality. So we are roughly about 2 minutes away. I want to point out, notice that the lights have come on. Look at the sign over here at Lowe's. The lights in the parking lot, they're all on now. It has gotten quite a bit darker here already, but we're still just a couple minutes away from totality, and we are almost there. I mean, let's put these on and see what we got here. Yep, just a little sliver left now. That's all it is. Here pretty quick, we're going to be able to look up without needing these glasses.
Oh, look at that. Itty bitty.
You can actually see stars in the sky, a couple of them. Notice the horizon. Look at it. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here goes that moment. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. One last little sliver.
Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
Wow.
Wow. Holy cow. Look at that. Just look at this. Look all around.
Yeah.
Look at everything here. It's like night here. Middle of the afternoon. Look at this. Street lamps are on. The Lowe's sign's welded up. Look at that horizon. I hope this is coming through on video. This is amazing. Look at that. Goosebumps. Absolute goosebumps. Wow. Totality 2024, baby. Look at that. Look how dark everything is. This is great. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Love you.
Love you too.
This is awesome. You can see planes flying in the sky. You can see stars. It is fantastic. Look, you can see a plane up there. You can actually see it. But just look at that. I wish I had a good enough camera to focus on that. That is just unreal to be able to look up there at that and just see, what is that, the corona they call it? Fantastic. This is just awesome. We get 4 minutes and about 13 seconds of total darkness, and it's been unreal. I mean, just I can't really even explain how strange this is. Complete dusk. Look at this. Let me just walk around. Look at everybody taking it in. And there it is up there. We're still in totality. There's my shadow though from the street lights. Wonder what our puppies are thinking. Well, they're asleep, I'm sure, by now. Piper's like, it's dark, it's dinner time, Mommy. Why haven't we got dinner yet? Look at that. See, like, I don't know if that's like a solar flare coming off the bottom end of it, like right there. I know you can't see it on video, but I could see it clear. Yeah. Here it comes. Here we go now, and we're going back into light. Totality has ended. Woo! That is bright. Do not look back up.
Well, it's coming back. Very, very small little sliver.
Just a little sliver still.
Very tiny.
But look at the difference in light already, just from that little sliver. Look at this, already lighting up. Lights are still on. But look, you can see now even just how much brighter it is just with the regular camera, regular phone. See how much easier you can see everybody now than a minute ago? That was just freaking wicked. Let me go over and talk to this father and son here from Colorado, see what they think.
So Jason and Jeremy Patterson, this is the third eclipse we've seen together, and every time it's absolutely amazing. This one is just phenomenal. The amount of it's out of this world, really.
Your third total eclipse?
This is our second total and our third eclipse. We did the annular eclipse last fall as well.
The one in October too. Oh, yeah, okay. We only got to see a sliver of that in Oklahoma City. So, your last total eclipse, how long of totality did you have? This was just over 4 minutes?
2 minutes and 12 seconds.
So noticeable difference here then.
Oh yeah, this was amazing. This is like a lifetime. Yeah, this is compared to the last one.
And you drove over from
Colorado.
From Colorado via Dallas, right?
Yes, we went to Dallas. Things weren't going to work out there, so we got up at 4 a.m. and decided to come here, and we booked a hotel, and so here we are.
That is awesome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic too. First one, I didn't know what to expect, and I was afraid. I told the wife, I said, what if we get there and it happens? And we're like, we drove for that?
Yeah.
No, it was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Sure.
And the lights just shut off. So all of the parking lot lights are now off. We got enough light for them. I can see a couple of them over there are still on. The Lowe's one peeking out behind the tree here is now off. This little boy's from Joplin, Missouri. Tell me what you thought. What did you think?
It was cool, just like I thought it would be.
Now this is your second total?
Second total.
Because you did the one in 17 up in Missouri. And how much time of totality did that one have where you're at?
About 2 minutes.
So this was just over double then.
Yeah.
And so could you really notice a difference then, obviously, with how dark it was?
Yeah, except if it hadn't been for the street lights and the clouds out there on the horizon, bouncing light around, it would have been darker. I think it was darker last time.
Where you were before?
No clouds at all.
And that's his sister over there. She's from Rogers, you said? Yeah. Rogers, Arkansas.
Arkansas.
She missed the last one. She told me she probably didn't want me to put that on video, but she wasn't missing this one. So, yeah. Awesome. All right. Thanks a lot. So as we can see, it is still getting more and more light. It's almost back to where it was just moments before the eclipse. Actually, a little bit brighter. And it's just going to continue to do this. All right, so we're almost back to total light here. It's getting quite bright, as you can see. It'll get a little bit brighter, but we're not gonna hang around. We're gonna try to beat the traffic. So that's it for us. And so we're gonna hit the road. Thank you to my wife for coming over with me. It's been a lot of fun.
It's been a good time. That was pretty interesting.
Totally crazy to be able to just look up there and see that ring.
We're not
Yeah, the pups were kind of not so. They're ready to get home, I think. Yep. All right. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're gonna hit the road. Back to Fort Smith tonight. Home tomorrow morning. So thanks for watching. As always, I'll see you in the next one. All right, so I know that it doesn't really fully come through on video. I mean, just how amazing it was to be there. And I hope you got to see it too. If you did, comment down below. Tell me where you were and just what you were thinking at that moment of totality. And those, did you have 4 minutes? We had 4 minutes and 13 seconds, as I said. So how did you spend that time of totality? Did you really just take it all in? That was kind of my plan, was just to just soak it in and just be very aware of my surroundings. And I think I did that pretty well. But I love that quote that I ended the video on from Josh McNair. I'm going to read it. Got my handy dandy phone. He said in his video, on his channel, Through My Lens, I'll link it down below. So if you're not a subscriber, go check it out. He does some amazing travel videos. I mean, just absolutely awesome. So he said, it's something you can't understand until you experience it yourself. Man, I totally agree with that. I absolutely agree with him on that. I don't know. mean, I tried to describe it. I've still tried. It's been almost a week later. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people that I've read on Facebook that are like, oh yeah, we see darkness, twice a day, whatever, dark light. Yeah, it's different. It's just completely different. And until you really experience that, I don't know. It was just fantastic. It was absolutely still hair raising, literally. It was great. I'm so glad that we drove over there for it, even though I was worried that we were going to be like, that's it. But it was fantastic. And the thing that got me the most is how I mentioned there that it was getting brighter and it's just going to continue to get brighter. Is we went to leave just as I was waiting to take the left to get onto I-40 headed west. I went to put my sunglasses on, and it didn't take me long to realize it's still quite dark. It was too dark for me to wear my sunglasses, so I had to change back into my regular glasses because it was just still too dark. And then about, I'd say a good half an hour, 45 minutes into our drive, I'm like, whoa, it's like really bright. And I was able to put them on there. And again, it's just shows you just how much the moon was blocking out that sunlight, though it looked fairly normal, but it really wasn't. It was still quite dark, actually. So, and again, that's just not something that came through on the video. But it was, I don't know. Like I said, I just don't know how to describe it. So anyways, I've rambled on long enough. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to see more videos with, what I like to call my Mounjaro Adventures, why don't you comment down below and tell me that you like this one, and then maybe we can, my wife and I, or me, or whatever, can do a little bit more like that. Get out and about and show more things that I'm able to do thanks to Mounjaro and the 203 pounds that I've lost. So yeah, as always, I appreciate you coming by and checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one. As I'm sitting down to edit this, I just realized that I didn't mention that I'm going to add a couple different sped up videos here, not quite time lapses. I just let cameras roll. So I'm going to speed them up just to show you how that change happened between day, night, and back to day. On one of them, it goes the full spectrum. On the other one, for whatever reason, my battery died just after it got dark. But what I really liked about it is how you could see the street lights and the sign at Lowe's and Waffle House and everything come on because it got so dark. So let me roll those, and then we'll end the video. Thanks so much. thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow me on my journey to become a fat guy no more, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a new video. Oh, how bad did you butcher, so you can't even say butcher properly. How bad did you murder that? Oh, this is still on.